A tree survives storms because of its roots, not because it fights every gust of wind. Think about it. If you understand you are the observer of your life, you will then realize you aren't just reacting to reality. You are participating in reality. You can question it. You can refuse it. You can change your relationship to it. It's obvious we are waking up to overlords and institution that wants control, in which they project power over and power under realities that create the opposite, that you are small, that you are late, that you are powerless, that you are merely a consumer of outcomes. They try to pull attention away from creation and into reaction. Your business grows through creation, anxiety grows through reaction, the power struggle, and how to opt out. If you can get people to outsource their perception, then you can guide their choices. So the first battlefield is attention. If you can keep attention fragmented, then self-observation becomes difficult. If you can keep people overstimulated, then inner clarity feels impossible. If you can keep them exhausted, then reflection looks like luxury. And when reflection becomes rare, then the observer in neutrality goes missing. The invisible rule: only official reality counts. If you can convince someone that only approved narratives are valid, then direct experience becomes suspicious. Intuition becomes irrational. Pattern recognition becomes paranoia. Spiritual insight becomes cringe. Even emotional truth becomes overreacting. So the person stops trusting what they see. And when you no longer trust your perception, you become governable. Divide and conflict turn observation into freedom. If the old global elite force us to compare identities instead of examining systems, then the system stays invisible. So attention is pushed into constant social struggle. Who's right? Who's safe? Who's winning? Who's to blame? And if the crowd is busy fighting horizontally, then power can operate vertically without being noticed. The objective is a result. If you slip out of being conscious as a first observer from the equation, then you can be managed like an object. If you are managed like objects, then you'll accept being spoken to like an object. And if that becomes normal, then the cornerstone remains rejected. Not because it lacks power, but because its power threatens the architecture. The reversal: reclaiming the cornerstone. If you bring the observer back online, then the spell weakens. If you practice noticing without immediately obeying what you notice, then you regain inner space. If you regain inner space, then you regain choice. And if you regain choice, then the cornerstone is no longer rejected. It becomes what it always was: the point of observation, the point of creation, the point from which the whole structure can be rebuilt.